I have with me class 9 book, chapter on structure of an atom. This is very frightening for me because I was never good at all this, but but I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Now, oh Baba, please. There will be some children watching the debate. Will you stop giving them a migraine tonight? Manojit, you remind me of the very unfriendly chemistry professor. Now listen to me. The question is, class 9 book has a chapter called Structure of the Atom. The very concept of elemental periodicity which arises from the structural composition of atoms, determining the hierarchy of elements on the periodic table, how is it missing? The whole thing is there. You lied.
Correct.
The whole thing, Srijan, is there. Look at this. I'm holding it up, viewers. The whole thing is there in the class 9 book.
Absolutely. Everything is there.
Whole thing is
Arnab,
there.
a few things I want to raise.
Whole
One
thing is
that,
there.
We need to be slightly sensitive to children.
Yeah.
We've just gone through a whole pandemic where children lost 2 years of education. The education, the
Srijan, please.
a big way across the world.
Manojit, wait, no,
and
Srijan.
that's why to bring them back to pace, it will take some time, and if we have to be sensitive to children and shift a periodic table from class 10 to class 11, nothing is going to change. Periodic table can wait for 1 year, but children cannot be stressed by teaching them something which they have been missing out the school education for 2-3 years into 1 year. So it's absolutely fine, and nothing is changing. The new elements, I think your guests are talking as if new elements are being introduced in periodic table. It's not happening. There is nothing of that sort happening. So it's just the same periodic table, and the education has to evolve. The structure of the atom has to be first explained very well. Otherwise, the periodic table anyways was one of the most scary things for children in class 10th. So you have just made it better. I think we have to welcome such moves which make education more experiential and worthy. So I think it's a great move, and
my view on this
going
is
in the positive direction.
Yeah,
and making
Professor
it a political
Gowda
issue is meaningless.
Professor Gowda.
Yes.
You see, I think that we discuss political issues all the time, and I'm of a view that don't drag our children into politics. And what happens is this becomes a very emotional issue, and you are giving an impression to parents your children will know nothing if Narendra Modi continues to be Prime Minister. That is your idea.
No.
Not your idea, idea of some people. They say Darwin's theory of evolution has been removed. I checked the facts. Class 12, biology book, NCERT, I find that Darwin's theory, the core tenets, full chapter on evolution, NCERT class 12 book. So my question is why?
Yeah.
It's fully, no, sir, it is there. And in the chapter 6.5 on biological evolution, the essence of the Darwinian theory, natural selection is all explained. So why are we saying these things and then putting it on social media?
Arnab, it's a very simple fact that students who go to the commerce stream or the arts humanities stream will not encounter this discussion. So it's essential that they encounter them in the 10th class or before that. So there is that point to be taken very seriously, because science pedagogy is something very, very important. What we want our high school students to go out with, if they don't choose to study science in the 11th and 12th, is a question to bear in mind. And the evolution discussion as well as the periodic table, I would imagine, are fundamental. I mean, these are very complex issues, but at the high school level, they're introduced in a fairly easy to understand way. And I don't think it burdens the mind too much. I myself did it in the state syllabus back in the day, and I don't remember it posing any particular challenge. Although I went to the arts on the 11th, from the 11th onwards, Arnab. So it's a very serious question.